My name and title really quick, Shanat Hernandez. I'm Communications Director for the University of California, Irvine's OIT, so Department, the Office of Information Technology.
So I'm Chris Price. I serve as the AI lead software solutions architect and developer for UC Irvine's generative AI team under the Office of Information Technology here at UC Irvine. And I primarily support ZotGPT, the platform, and the brand.
Sarkis has joined. So Sarkis is the AI Director. Sarkis, you want to say hello?
Hey, Laurel. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'm excited to hear more about this project from your
Uh,
perspective.
Essentially, ZotGPT, despite its name having GPT in it, is much more than a derivative of some OpenAI or ChatGPT equivalent. That was actually a branding name we chose when we were launching a pilot to faculty and staff back in November of 2023, because it rang some bells at the time when ChatGPT was the only contender in the market. And we wanted to bring something to campus that accomplished some very important goals. For instance, we wanted to make sure that none of the data going into these systems goes outside of our university. Not only that, but stays within compliance of our protection and availability levels. So from the get-go, we ensured that this system will maintain records of the highest caliber of any system we support at our campus. And this was important, especially for me on this project, because I wanted a place where the most important and maybe most influential voices within our campus community would feel encouraged to use these tools.
We found, well, actually, and OpenAI let us know that there's like thousands of people already with ChatGPT licenses with their UCI email, right? So that means that people were putting information into these chatbots out in the wild. And that's part of the reason why, we decided to create ZotGPT, right? Because people were already putting maybe even protected information from faculty, maybe their PDFs, their lecture notes. People were already uploading that into ChatGPT or Claude or things out there, right? So we wanted to kind of start discouraging that and provide an alternative. And not only just an alternative that was the same, but an alternative that was better, especially when we had students who were paying the $20 a month for GPT Premium or the Anthropic Plus or whatever they're called. We're estimating that it's at least a $40 in value. So that was part of the reason why we did it, right? So we have students who were paying for this, students who couldn't afford it. We're a first gen university campus, and on April 30th, 2024, we were the first UC campus who made their AI solution available to all students. We all kind of knew it was going to be an interesting ride. And then we start hearing on like Reddit, we start hearing from our students, specifically being like, hey, no one believes that this is like really secure and that your faculty can't read your chats, right? So like people, so we were seeing on Reddit and stuff, we were seeing memes pop up and just like interesting comments. Even my own students were very honest with me. They're all computer science students for the most part. They were like, hey, Shannon, no one believes the ZotGPT thing, by the way. So they were very honest, and it was fun, to hear the unvarnished truth. So we decided to work on kind of like a misinformation fighting campaign over the summer, that first summer, to try and like get those rumors dispelled as soon as possible, Laurel, before they took hold. So before the campaign, we had about 4,000 student users. At the end of the campaign, we had 11,000 users. And what was really cool is that we went from 4 logins per student to 7 logins per student. So not only did we get more students, we had more students that kept coming back for more than just like 1 or 2 chats. They would come back and keep using it, and we started forming that relationship.
And to kind of add on to that, I think we see in last quarter in just the basic chat app about 10 or no, sorry, 100,000 messages within 30-day period. And even in during the summer quarter, we're consistently hitting between 68 and 70,000 messages. These are human inputs from our campus community. And like per week, it's looking like right now for the last 12 weeks, we're averaging about 3,000 logins a week, and that's during the summer.
And then
And that's just again for the chat app and not including our classroom bot and I could go into any of those. Yes.
our biggest challenge from my perspective is the fact that, you know, I've been at UC now for as a student or otherwise for 25 years. And I think we're at the same moment we were at in the early 2000s with the internet. I think we're at the same moment we were at in the the mid 2000s, between like 2006, 2011 with mobile. I really think we sit on the precipice of like the next thing. And so when this new class graduates, preparing them for the new workforce. For our faculty, we have institutional goal of increasing our enrollment from its current state. I think it's a 37,000 or 50,000 students. How will we do that in an environment that is where budget pressures are as high as they've been since the Great Recession? Having our staff free themselves from that low value work in favor of the higher value work, and getting them to think about ways in which they can incorporate this in their everyday lives is our big challenge at the moment.